Hakadosh, Boker Or, Bekiim Bahalacha, day 7. Halacha Yutet, Lemala, right on the top, 19. If someone mistakenly began the Shachrit prayer without reciting the morning blessings and he realizes error in the middle of Pesuke de Zimra. זאת אומרת, קמת בבוקר, שכחת ברכות השחר, ברכות המצוות, you forgot all ברכות השחר, ברכות המצוות, you remember, but where are you? In Pesuke de Zimra. What do you do now? He should not interrupt at that point to say the brachot. He may not pause between two different blessings or different things, and certainly not in the middle. There's no basis to permit such an interruption since a person can recite them after the Amidah. Meaning, the fact that you could do it after Amidah, what are you going to make a hefsek now? It's a pasek. What are you doing? Not allowed to. If he waits until after Amidah, however, he's not going to be able to say Elokai Neshama, Birkat Torah, as we already explained. Therefore, he should recite Elokai Neshama after finishing Yishtabach, before the blessings of the Shema. And to do with Birkat Torah, we're going to learn in the next Siman, 47. Okay? Everyone understood? So that means the only beracha, shatat tevarech, that you're going to make a beracha in the middle of Pesukei Zimra is Elokai Neshama. Only one. Even though Birkat Torah is going to say we're going to learn later. Say better between Yishtabach to... No, exactly. After Yishtabach. After Yishtabach. But that's only one. You're not going to make any other beracha. No, because you could do it after Shachrit. But you could do it after Shachrit. So if you could do it after Shachrit, do it after Shachrit. The only one that you can't do it after Shachrit is Elokai Neshama and Birkat Torah.
So Elokai Neshama you say after Yishtabach.
After Yishtabach.
Elokai Neshama וברכות התורה גם?
ברכות התורה הוא אומר, אנחנו נדבר על זה בסימן הבא. 47. מ"ז. Okay? צריך סבלנות. Okay, next. Halacha Kaf. Okay? Halacha Kaf. Someone mistakenly began Shachrit without saying the beracha of Elokai Neshama, and he realized his mistake, and now he's in the middle of the berachot of Kriyat Shema. Now, one more time. Beforehand, we were in the middle of Pesukei Zimra. Even in the middle of Pesukei Zimra, you're not allowed to stop only after Yishtabach, and therefore you say Elokai Neshama after Yishtabach, because it says Dvar Mitzvah. Here, you're in the middle of berachot Kriyat Shema. He may recite this blessing between passages. This means that between the first blessings of Yotzer Or, Yotzer Meorot, and Avat Olam, or the second blessing in Shema, or between any of the passages of Shema, the halacha permits this interruption since the person will otherwise lose the bracha. Now it becomes like a bracha overet, like mitzvah overet, a bracha that you're going to lose out. Because if you don't stop now, you lost out on the bracha. Correct? If you don't stop now, what happens? You lose out on the bracha. So if you lose out on the bracha, so what are you going to do?
What is to do it before the Amidah?
All this to do before the Amidah, because if you do it after Amidah, you lost out. Kaddish. Chalaf halach lo. So now you can do it ben prakim.
Prakim meaning between the first
beracha and second beracha, between the second beracha and Shema, between Ve'ahavta and Vayayim Shamua, and between Vayayim Shamua and Vayomer. Those are ben prakim. So anytime that it's ben prakim, that's what he says here. In between and between any two of three passages of the Shema.
Wow.
Okay, makes sense?
What else we can interrupt in the Shema to do what except Elokai Neshama?
Kaddish, first 5 aminim of Kaddish, Amen Yesh Berabah until Barach, Barechu, and Modim Anachnu Lach. Those 3 words. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Then we get into other halachot also as well. You know, like lightning and thunder, there's a whole question about that. Because technically lightning and thunder is like a bracha overet also. So they speak about that as also. But I don't remember. I prefer looking inside before actually saying that. But that's halacha. Okay? Fine. Then it says over here, 21. Halacha number 21. If someone passes away during the night, his immediate relatives have become onanim. Right? So we're learning these halachot in Smichot Chaver. Yeah? Until after the funeral. If the funeral takes place during the afternoon, the mourners still stay Birkat Hashahar after the funeral, since, right, the time for reciting the berachot continues until Shekiyah. So imagine, somebody passes away, they only buried him at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 3 o'clock in the 4, it doesn't matter what. As long as it's still before Shekiyah, Birkat Hashahar. Yeah, Birkat Hashahar. Number 10, Maran on the bottom, the footnote. No, אחרי הקבורה.
אונן, not הראל.
כן, כן, אונן.
אונן הוא פטור מכל המצוות. אבל קברו אותו.
אבל אחרי שקברו אותו.
אחרי שקברו אותו, if it's still before שקיעה, they're still obligated to make ברכות השחר.
But before no.
No, before they're not allowed to.
Onen.
Onen, there's no
בין
ברכה.
ישראל הוא לא אומר?
השעצה.
שום דבר.
ושמע ישראל אחרי הגבורה הוא לא אומר?
ודאי, הוא יתפלל הרבה דברים, אבל ברכות השחר הוא עדיין חייב. Why is he still חייב?
שמע ישראל, אם
Yeah, we'll speak
במנחה.
about it. Yes. Yeah. Maran Rishon LeZion issued this ruling in the Chazon Ovadia Velut, saying that the last time saying it is going to be, again, it's not going to be the 4 hours in the day or midday, but as we already explained, it's actually going to be Shekiah. In the Yabia Omen, Maran also brings out again Abraham's ruling that an Onen does not say the Birkat Shachar in the afternoon, even after the funeral is taken place, since he was exempt in the morning. But Maran Rishon LeZion suggested that this ruling concurs with Magen Abraham's ruling that a blind person does not make the bracha. Nevertheless, it's clear that whether Magen Avraham he passed like that or not, on the contrary, we said that we always do it, which means like this. The Magen Avraham, he wanted to say, 1 second, in the morning, was he chayav in the berachot of Birkot HaShachar? The Onen.
אין לו.
No. So says the Magen Avraham, since the Onen was patur in the morning, now after the burial, he doesn't have to make it up, because he was patur in the
גם הוא פטור, אסור לו ללמוד תורה.
נכון, אז בגלל שהוא היה פטור מזה, אז אתה לא יחייב אותו אחרי הקבורה. That was the Magen Avraham. Says the Rav Ovadia, Magen Avraham לשיטתו, שסומה, בן אדם עיוור, a blind person, does not have to make the bracha of, פרקי החברים and all those things. This is why we hold that we do. Because it's not only just on the person, it's in general on everything. So if a person is, a person just has a technical difficulty that he's an onen. But really, they're obligated. So Yekut Yosef and Rishon LeZion added that if someone did not remember to recite the morning until after Arvit, he may still recite them. But he must not recite the Birkat Mitzvot. This concurs with the ruling of the Gaon Mivilna. But it contradicts the ruling that we just brought down beforehand in the name of the Ben Ishchai. Right? So then afterwards, the later editions, it was deleted. You understand what happened? One more time. There was a stira in Rav Ovadia. Haya stira be Rav Ovadia. The stira was, what happens if a person gets to Arvit? Yeah, let's say, yeah. So what happens now, if right now you come on Arvit, you finish Arvit, and they say, hey, Birkot HaShachar. Says the Rav Ovadia over there, say it right now. Now, who held like that? The Gaon Mivilna.
After Arvit.
After Arvit.
Time.
No, well, after Arvit means nighttime. It's after Shekiah.
Okay.
Because according to the Gaon Mivilna, you're allowed to do it even at nighttime. That's why I told you that the Gaon Mivilna said that on Motzei Kippur or Motzei Tisha B'Av, he would put on his shoes and then make the bracha of Shas Alikot Serpon. We don't have that halacha. We don't do that, but that's what. So technically, it was a stira, because even though we brought down the Gaon Mivilna to say that you could still say Birkot HaShachar all day, but not until the nighttime. So says the here. That's why in the other editions of Yekut Yosef they took it out. They took out that phrase. That no, that you cannot do it at nighttime. Right after Arvit, you missed out.
So only the who authorized this with the only opinion?
The Gaon Mivilna. Halacha 22. There once were communities who added several blessings to the set of the morning brachot, such as Magbia Shefalim or Somech Nofelim. And this was an erroneous practice and it is forbidden to maintain it, which means there were some kihilot, right, that they made bracha. Imagine, Shelo Asani Tu Nisai. Yeah, imagine he comes and he says, yeah, you can't say that. It's like Shelo Asani Iraqi. Yeah, the Iraqi is going to say Shelo Asani Marocai. Yeah, each one has to say it on the other edah. It has to be like that. Yeah, so fine. Right? So what happens though is that the question though is, can you do that? So the answer is obviously not. So it says over here like this. Look at number 11 on the bottom. The Bet Yosef remarked that in a number of prayer books, there was a bracha Magbia Shefalim. Although there's no such blessing anywhere. Not in the Gemara, Magbia Shefalim. He brings up the ones which are low. Shafal berech. Shafal is shefela. Nefesh shefela, low. So Magbia is to bring up. Gavoa. So he's bringing up those which are low. So he comes and he says, it's not written anywhere. It's an incredible bracha, but it's not written anywhere. So he says, Rabbi David Abu Daham likewise mentioned this, and he suggests it's a basis to legitimize it. But the Bet Yosef rejects it. He says, no, I'm sorry. It's unauthorized.
We say it in the,
yeah? No, we say, Magbia Shefalim Amarom, but it's not a bracha. He was the one as a bracha in Birkot HaShachar. Okay? So he added that although in the Sefer Itur, there is this down, he stands by the ruling that it should be taken out. The Bet Yosef's ruling is supported by the Shibulei Haleket, who also said that Amram Gaon also skipped it out. The Bet Yosef then cited the Sefer HaYitul, right, ruling that anyone who recites a blessing on Somech Nofelim is in a mistake. And he cited also the Sefer HaYagur, also that that the prayer book in Italy, Catalonia, and Spain contains a number of pseudo blessings that have no source in Talmud or Poskim, and therefore they say, no, we agree with the Bet Yosef, don't say extra berachot. Take advantage of the minority's opinion. So the Mishmeret Shalom suggested the practical use of the opinion permitting people to recite blessings such as Magbiya Shevarim from the Yarabah, that he found that is listed as legitimate blessing in Halachot Gdolot, who is reputed as a reliable transmitter of halachic traditions. Therefore, if it happens that someone does make the beracha, right, he can actually continue it. He should continue it. In the case it is true that it's a legitimate blessing, he will not be guilty of reciting a beracha levatala. And even if someone employs this tactic, should afterwards just say, Baruch Shem Kavod, what's the big deal?
Never heard. Halachot Gdolot? Never heard.
Sefer Halachot Gdolot, right? He's usually called the Bahag. Baal Halachot Gdolot. So the Sefer Halachot Gdolot. Okay, he's very, very famous. He was one with the Halakat Nirot of Shabbat for women and men. For women, bracha before or after. That's him. That's in the entire. Okay. Halachot Gdolot. Yeah. So Birkat noten la sechvi bina. Right, number 23. It is difficult to translate the words of the blessings, anoten la sechvi bina, who gives understanding to the sechvi. It is based upon a pasuk in Iyov that uses these very words. Rashi offers two interpretations. One is that sechvi means the heart, the raw intelligence that enables us to differentiate between the day and the nighttime. Since roosters share this intellectual feature, and we benefit from the fact that they notify us of approaching daytime through their loud crowing, so the blessing was instituted, right, to be recited upon hearing the crow of a rooster. In one dialect of the Arabic, the word sechvi means rooster. Yeah, that means in the Arabic, it actually means rooster. Okay? Look at number 12 on the bottom. Therefore, the Tur, Bet Yosef, the Levush, and Mishabra explained the simple explanation, interpretation of the bracha to praise Hashem for the gift of our basic intelligence. That means, what is the bracha noten la sechvi? You know what it is? We have intelligence. We have intelligence. So he says that Arizal, cited in Shara Kavanot, explained the blessings in Kabbalistic terms. The term sechvi refers to gevura, the attribute of judgment that reigns during the nighttime. After midnight, the attribute of bina shines onto the gevura and mitigates it. The first half of the night is called lail, whereas the second half of the night is called laila. So he says, since it received the attribute of bina, so that's why it adds the extra hey. Therefore, this blessing can be recited any time after midnight. See the Ben Ish Chai and the Kaf HaChaim. Very interesting. So lail is the first half of the night. Midat Gvura. Bina comes in after Chatzot, and therefore it becomes laila. You get an extra hey from bina. Bina yetera. Women have the hey. Women have bina yetera. They have bina. So the bina comes in and mitigates it. It cools it down. That the midat Gvura, so it calms it down. Okay? Next, 24, and with this we finish. Or there's a footnote. And some Ashkenazi communities, the text of this blessing is Asher natan la sechvi bina, not hanoten la sechvi bina, right? But yes, exactly, bavar. But we do hanoten la sechvi bina. Look in the footnote, Rav Eliyahu Mivilna, the Vilna Gaon. Subscribe to the text of Asher natan, since the pasuk in Iyov also says natan, past tense. The Kaf HaChaim Falachi argue that all of our blessings should be in the present tense, like noten Torah. Right now, he's doing it. And according to the Kabbalah, we must use the present tense in the space in this blessing. Indeed, the Rambam, Rabbi David Budaham, the Shulchan Aruch, they all said anoten. The Orchot Chaim also brings them both opinions. See the Halacha Brura. The Aruch HaShulchan Epstein comes and he concurred with the Shulchan Aruch that it should be anoten, knowing that all our blessings are in past tense. We say noten haTorah, Yotzer HaMeorot, Borei Peri Adama. Everything's in the present tense. Right? This is because Hashem continues to create and maintain it every single moment. A human artisan, in contrast, creates his product and then leaves it to stand on its own, needing no more assistance from the artisan, right? Which means the creator. Hashem's words needs his input, his world needs his input every moment. Otherwise, it cannot continue to exist. And this concept is discussed at length in Haketer Asher Yatzar, right? Bechavana. When you say Asher Yatzar Bechavana, because every single moment we need to continue having Hashem's input, because if not, Chas v'Shalom, we get into trouble.